All right, welcome to Ask Hypnotica 47. We're going to go right into this question. It's from Felipe. Hey, Eric, my name is Felipe. I'm from Brazil. Give me example of how leading girls interactively and sexually. Felipe, listen, I'm going to have to deny your request this time. Why? Because you don't do these things, okay? Listen, I'm going to teach you, because a lot of guys do this, and it blows me away on why guys do this. I get a lot of people that email me, and they're like, tell me how to do this. Like, let's talk about courtesy, all right? So this is one of the things. Hey, Eric, my name is Felipe. I'm from Brazil. Not give me examples of, like, come on, dude. You got to think about this. Like, could you please give some examples that would be helpful or something like this? Just not give me this. I can't tell you. Like, it's mind-blowing to me where, people don't learn these courtesies of things like, people just go, hey, how do you do this? That was like their first text to me. It's like, how about establishing some rapport? Like, hey, nice to meet you, or something like this, and realize that I got lots of texts that come in and messages that people do this. So I'm going to tend to like move gradually, like human nature, to people that are like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I really appreciate this. Okay, because people like appreciation, not just give me, give me, give me. So, Felipe, I'm going to wait for your email to come back, and I'll answer your question. And I'll tell you exactly how leading girls interactively and sexually. I'm sure there's a lot of guys that are bummed that you didn't say, hey, nice to meet you. Please. Please goes far, okay? Please is a courtesy. It's one of those things. It's not just give me, give me. So, Felipe, you're shit out of luck today. So, we're going to go to Michael. And Michael says, hey, Eric, I'm doing it more than 3% actions towards his own design. I'm a big part of it. Thank you. Although I'm 21, I've been exposed to a lot of self-improvement and endless search for something which he hasn't fully discovered yet and has been in an inescapable obsession. And I have to say it has a lot to do with gratitude towards you, and you've been a great part of it. Felipe, listen, I mean, Michael's doing a great job here, okay? Like, not that I need flattery, but hey, if you're meeting someone for the first time and they've done something for you, okay, you might want to say, hey, thank you. Thank you's a big one. Like, I'm tripping on big people these days. Like, I tip big. I tip about 30% everywhere I go, okay? If I'm in one of these little places and it's like a little tip jar, okay, I always throw a dollar in there. And I'm amazed that I throw a dollar in there right in front of someone and they don't say thank you. Like the younger generation, thank you goes far. Opening doors for people goes far. This is just being a good human being. There's just basics that kids need to know, okay? And it's going to bring you so much further in life, man. If you really understand these, you say thank you and you're humble and you do these things, you're going to go so much farther than you were if you're just like, I am entitled to this, okay? No, you're not entitled to shit, okay? You're not entitled to an answer. If you said, please, I'd probably do the answer. But if you say, give me examples without saying please or nice to meet you or anything like this, you're probably going to get a, sorry, bro. Anyways, he's recognizing slowly with practice, yoga, eating salads, how significant health is to every other action that he does. And he would like to take that step to the next level. Now, he doesn't have a big yard where he can plant right now, but he has a fairly decent sized balcony and would like to start planting some food of his own. Where does he start? So here's the thing. I think the most powerful foods on the planet are the sprouts. Okay, sprouting. All right, you don't need a big garden. Gardens are nice and they're great. They're a lot of hard work and you got to pull weeds and stuff like this. And it takes a lot of water and things like this. But it's not your optimal food. Okay, your optimal food is really sprouts. Why? Because when you have something in the garden, you have to, you cut it. And as soon as it cuts, you have 15 minutes before you lose with the acronym HOPE. That's your hormones, your oxygen, your phytochemicals, and your enzymes. All right. So when you cut something, it's there, and then you have the soil. And if you're putting your own minerals in your soil, awesome. But most people just, go to the store and get dead stuff. It's sitting around, so it's lost a lot of its vitality. And if shit hits the fan, like let's just say shit hits the fan, because it's a little weird right now. And the cool thing about it is, let's just say shit hits the fan. All right, you're like, well, I have a garden, okay, but you haven't planted anything, okay? Well, you got to wait like 4 weeks to get food, all right? So it's not really useful. Now, sprouts, okay, if you think about sprouting, this is the most nutritional dense food that there is. Not only does it bioactive, okay, but it's got its energetics. It's still live when you consume it. It's got the hormones, the oxygen, the phytochemicals, and the enzymes right there. So when you're eating it, you're consuming it live, and so you're getting a lot of these things. And the nutrition levels in sprouts are way higher than anything that you're going to get nutritionally in a garden. So let's just say it should hit the fan. You're like, fuck, I got to grow food because there's no more food in the supermarket. You're shit out of luck there. I got a seed. Plant a seed. Okay, someone may rape your garden and take all your food or do whatever they want. Okay, or you got to wait around for 4 weeks. Okay, it's not the optimal thing. I'm all about optimization. I'm about, making sure you have the best stuff. So let's just take green pea sprouts, okay, complete protein, all right? And it's something that, or let's just take alfalfa or any of these other things, garbanzo beans, all right? And you don't have a big space. Well, you don't need a big space. Remember, 1 pound of seeds equal about 10 pounds of food, all right? And you don't need a big space. Like literally, if you got to go with the bakes, you could take a glass jar, okay, like about this big, wrap it with a rubber band with a screen on the end, and you basically soak your seeds overnight. Okay, that's the first thing. You get all the inhibitors off of the food. It's like the self-protection for seeds so that certain animals don't eat them. You got saponins. You got all kinds of stuff that's on the seed. All right. So what you do, the wife just threw me off. So, okay, I'm trying to get back on where I was. Saponins. Okay, so you have these things. So you soak them overnight. You get rid of all the garbage on them, the things that your body can't process. And then you pour the water out, and all you have to really do is just, rinse them a couple times a day, put them in a nice little place, and, angled like this so the air can get in, the water can drain. You just do that 3 or 4 times a day if you want. That's actually a lot. You can get away with it 2 times a day. And, just put it like near a window. And within 1 day of soaking lentils, okay, they're already sprouting. They're active. They're ready to go. So think about if you don't have food, but you have a 10-pound bag of lentils. Well, that 10-pound bag of lentils, if you sprout, it's going to turn into 100 pounds of food. All right. So lentils, great protein. Okay. You have beans, you have the alfalfa, all that stuff you can do, and it's actually more nutritionally dense. So do you really want a garden? Gardens are nice. Don't get me wrong. A lot of work. Okay, but your highest density food comes from the sprouts. You have way more than enough room on your balcony. Okay, that's where I would go first. Look into sprouts. Take something very simple, garbanzo beans or lentils, and start there. Just sprout one sprouting. Hey man, then you know how to do it. Then next week, try some alfalfa. Do that. You got alfalfa now? Cool, you learn that. Go to something else. You got fenugreek? Hey, go do that. Then you got mung beans. Mung beans, okay, super high in zinc. If you're a guy out there, you need zinc, okay, zinc for the sex hormones. And literally, I think you need about, 9 and 12 milligrams of zinc per day, okay, and if you blow your load, okay, you're losing like 1.3, or could be 3, somewhere in there, milligrams of zinc every you're doing. So you want to replace that. And the mung bean seed is a natural source of zinc. You can replenish that very quickly. So that's all I wanted to say. It's a very simple thing that we're going to talk about. So you don't think you need a big place, okay? You don't. Bottom line, try the sprouts out. It's the highest level of nutrition that you can get. Bioactive, it gets in your body. You can easily absorb it. That's where you want to start. So with that, sorry, my energy's a little low. I got in at 4 o'clock. We had daylight savings. I lost an hour, and that's the way it is. So remember, Hypnotica asked 47, a little slow, but it's good information. Remember, be courteous, because I appreciate you guys watching this. Understand that, Felipe? All right, we'll talk soon. Adios.